Nan, tell us.
Well, we're right outside the church too. It's another thing unique about our house.
Yeah. So tell us, Nan. Where'd
And
you
all the land
grow
we
up?
give her.
I grew up on Church Road, and that road was split. One side was Lampine and one side was Foxtrot, and I lived on the Lampine side. In fact, over in Lampine.
Cool. So,
That's all right.
so you would have been around. You and Papa are around the same age, right?
Same
Yes.
year.
Same year.
So that would be the exact.
1943.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. So
I went to a two-room school in my early days.
What?
We only had a two-room school at the end of our road, Church Road. But I did go to high school. The high school was built. So I did do my high school,
So-
grade 9, 10, 11.
So the high school that was built. Which high school was that one?
Queen Elizabeth,
Queen Elizabeth.
The first one.
the first one of Queen Elizabeth.
There's 3 Queen Elizabeths.
And it
I
was
went
on
to the
Lodge
third.
Road. Lodge Road, that one was on. That was the first school. It's not there anymore.
Interesting. So I know that those would have been religion schools in those days.
They weren't. That was an Anglican school. Oh, well, they called it Church of England then.
Yeah. Okay. So your family, you said your family was a little bit wealthier, right?
We were called more, we were classed as a bit more richer than the people around. We had, my father was a butcher, so therefore he bought and he reared his cattle and killed it. And we had hens, we had pigs, we always had lots of meat. And he used to sell his meat out of the back of his truck, pick up another box and do it.
Did you ever go over to Dad's way?
No, Dad only went as far as Avondale.
Avondale.
He never went over that way.
But Pop used to come in from Chapel Army, right?
Well, because Nan belonged to
And
that.
he
Yeah,
killed
that's
all his cattle. He killed it all in his own slaughterhouse.
And
Yeah,
Nan used to
with-
help him.
Yeah,
And that's why she doesn't eat ground beef now.
yeah.
So, being one of the wealthier families, did you do anything like? Would you have had a TV?
You had the first TV on Church Road, and every kid on Church Road came to the house. They watch Howdy Doody, watch wrestling, and
We had
watch
the same
hockey.
thing. We had the second one.
Yeah.
We had the first one.
But there's the other thing too with us. Go on, do it.
No,
No, that's okay, Dad. Go ahead.
No, I can say that we had the first, our electricity, we had used to have the old lamps at outset, but then after that, then Merle Warren had a generator, and he used to give electricity to all the houses. Like on Monday mornings, he started up a generator for all the women in Chapel Arm to wash their clothes. And then he shut off, and they wouldn't turn it on for in the evening. Came on when the children wanted to watch Hopalong Cassidy at 3 or 4 o'clock when he got home from school. He'd turn on the generator again. Then he'd have it on to 10 o'clock at night. Then he turned off again from to watch like Hopalong Cassidy wrestling, all that kind of stuff.
So they only had power certain times of the day, just for stuff like that.
And Merle was a real good person that he had the children and stuff. He had to have it on for when there's good stuff on, and like I said, but Merle used to charge a fee for have you hooked up. He had they had a power line up from Merle's generator right up the road, and then they had the wires running off down to the houses, giving power to all the houses.
He was he had the garage that was right across from where I grew up. Yeah. So Nan, you used to watch.
We had power.
You had power.
I don't remember not having power, hardly. Because we were on
Yeah, because you're getting from
on
your
the
neck
main,
of town.
yeah, we're getting right on the main grid.
Yeah, but you're from there in Holy up in Seal Cove where the thing.
Did you have running water and sewer too?
We had running water, yes. I don't remember having to use
Outhouse
or-
or anything.
No, we always had running water.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You asked about the TV. Was there a car? Was there a story
yeah,
about?
what kind of car would you have had?
My
if you
father,
had one?
well, I didn't have one till I started work.
Well, yeah, but the family car, right?
Dad always had a pickup truck.
Pickup truck.
Yeah,
and you
the only
you
little
remember
car
the
he
name?
had, Colleen was a baby.
So it was 60s.
In the 60s, and that you had a little Hillman car, which was a push button to start. That's all he
Oh,
had.
yeah,
That was his
that's it.
first car.
What was the first? What would you've been doing when you were 14, like Cam? Because you were the oldest.
What I be doing? Well, I was doing a lot of babysitting for one thing. And also I was involved with Girl Guides and the choir and all that stuff. Everything, we had to be in everything like that. We had to go to church straight on today. That includes Sunday school. And our activities was we were sliding and skating and swimming within season. Ending we could do play dolls, walking up the road where I carried dolls carriages, knitting. Things like that. That was our activities.
Interesting.
What kind of house did you have?
I grew up in a 2-story box house. Yeah.
So would
Mom
that,
and them built a new bungalow after I left home after I was married first time. So the boys had a bedroom, the girls had a bedroom, Mom and Dad. And there was a spare room in case someone came.
yeah, a lot like Pop's house, right?
Yeah. It was all upstairs. Our bathroom's upstairs too. So.
You asked about the war, but they're both.
No, yeah, that was intended for someone else.
That was for Nanny, Nanny
Yeah,
Bree,
that's
Nanny
mine.
Cooper. Yeah.
The war was over when I was born.
Yeah.
It was over in 44, so. Yeah.
But because of where we lived, we were close to the base in Argentine. I can remember all the trucks that was leaving Argentine coming through Chattel Iron to go to Gander every weekend. Everything would be full right up with
Yeah.
traffic. Could be 100, 150, 200 trucks in a convoy. They'd be 4 or 5 hours going through Chattel Iron and over the old dirt roads. We used to be buried in soot in dust and.
Because the Trans-Canada Highway used to go in through
But
Chapel
there's no-
Iron back
yeah, but
then.
there's
There was
no-
no Trans-Canada then.
There's no such
But the highway we came out on, the nice highway, used to go in and around all the communities, like when you go up to Lucas's.
Yeah, it would have went. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not cut through the land, but.
And
Yeah.
we were growing up too, we had a lot of snow. We used to have snow to the height of the poles.
Oh, gee, that's the other thing.
All the
Snow.
poles, and Dad and them
8
would
and
have.
10 feet high drifts, that was nothing. We had a big gate going from the road up to our house, and they had a big 8-foot gate, and then in that gate was the small one for the going through, but this was to take your box carts with your horse and a sled, and with the slide for hauling the wood up to the house. And that used to be under the snow in the winter.
You know, ours always up the poles. Dad and them did not use the road. They used to have to shovel to get the cars to the road.
They didn't
So
have
the gardens.
snow plows, so the men would have to go out
Snowplows.
and shovel out so to get everybody down to school or down to church,
And
whatever.
the minute it gets into our garden, and then Dad and Uncle Liz and all them would go from that place in, shovel to get through. And they used to go through the garden, not the road. So it was to the poles, top of the poles.
Oh, God, yes.
Snow was very cold winters.
Very cold.
And we had no heat in our house. We'd go to bed and we'd have about 10 blankets on us. And in the morning when we get up, we'd all grab our clothes and run to the kitchen and lay it on the oven door to warm it up before we dressed.
And another thing.
Every
You put a-
all the
Another
time.
thing too, when you went to bed, you had a big round rock to put in your bed.
Like a
You
wheat
haven't
trough.
taken, you haven't in the oven, heating up rocks to put in each bed so to get the heat from the rocks, keep you warm in bed, or even at the
So,
flat irons that you use
The
for ironing the
rods
pants.
that you would heat up, would you put it under the bed?
Take
with
it
you?
in the bed with
In
you,
the
in
bed
between,
and
so it's, especially down by your feet.
Beach rocks, usually it was. Nice
Beach
round
rocks,
beach
round
rock.
beach
Or
rock.
long oval beach
And
rocks.
put them down under the,
No, I didn't have
Under
that
clothes.
because Dad
well, you were,
had an oil heater in the living room, so he'd have that on, but once bedtime came, he'd turn it off. It was not allowed on at night. So
Yeah.
we.
And you probably didn't sleep by yourself.
No,
you-
we'll set up with Lily.
You slept with Lily, and Pop, you probably slept with Uncle Elwood, did you?
Yeah.
yes, you always.
Or it might have been 2 or 3 in a bed.
It was two in
Two
each
for
bed.
sure,
yeah.
yeah. That was more to keep everybody warm.
That's what it was.
But you had the big old blankets, and the pillows was made out of where they used to kill
Feathers.
tourists for eating. They used to take the feathers off and make the pillows out of it. And you put your head when you get down the pillow, your head be down halfway down in the pillow, sunk down in the feathers. And then you have all these blankets on. When you get in bed, you couldn't turn over in the night time anyway. You had the rock in there to keep you warm, and they had all these quilts there on the bed. And when you get in, you had to stay there anyway till you get out in the morning, because if you got out,
It was cold.
and if you got out and like
You had to go pee.
you had to go and pee, that'd be frozen in the what we call them in the
This
no,
pot.
yeah, but
Chamber.
A chamber pot.
Chamber pot.
Keep a pot under the bed to pee in.
And then in the morning it'd be froze over and you had to take it down and heat it to get to throw out the pee at those slop tails and everything.
Primitive times, wasn't it, Cameron?
It's like camping.
Me.
But really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favourite music, Mom, when you were 14?
All the same as Dad, country and western. That's what we had.
Oh, yes.
Was Elvis wasn't out then, was he? Or Buddy
Oh,
Holly?
That was that later.
Elvis was after when I was
Right.
probably 16, 17
No, you
years
had to
old.
go back
Elvis.
to
50s now, I suppose. So.
Wolf Carter and all
Kitty Wells.
Kitty Wells.
That
And even
era.
before that, because we had to use old gramophones, see, and
Well, we used to jive. Love to jive.
Jive dancing. Got any other favourite memories now?
oh, geez, there's a lot of them you can't put them. I haven't got nothing.
Well, we was all good times as far as we was concerned.
So well,
Memories.
it's better than it is now because it is always. They said we never had nothing, but we had more than they got now. At least you had to use your head and
One thing-
even
okay,
when
go
we
on.
cutting up wood. We had to go out every evening, get the wood and bring in to fill up the backs for the stove at night time. You had to make the splits and everything, and on the weekends you had to make enough because on Sundays you didn't touch anything.
Weren't allowed to do anything on Sunday.
Yeah,
Had your
weren't allowed-
vegetables
you,
peeled.
You wouldn't let
Sabbath
skate, you
day,
wouldn't let
right?
do anything, and we used to bring in all that wood, enough for the weekend to put in the house, and
One thing we used to enjoy when Dad cut the hay,
that's
we'd go down the road, the hay would be piled right up in the back of his truck.
Yeah.
We're allowed to ride on top of it to get home. But we had to pick up the eggs and stuff too, and the hens, and do our chores. The
Lots of
boys had to do
chores.
splits like Pop did.
But we used to get the Rodney.
One big time for us was Christmas. We used to like Christmas because Dad and them would pray with the lodge and the bands, and they'd have
Yeah.
little pep guns, the boys would. And that night it'd be a big, that evening after church, there would be a big supper and a dance. We were allowed to stay to the dance. And we used to take right over the floor in the lodges. Everybody had a lodge there.
Orange lights.
Orange lodge where Pop was part of, my father was part of it for years. Luckily died anyway. So that's basically
What is a whole?
what we did up to,
As I
at
said,
14 anyway.